Many years after, this is 2009. It's interesting to see. I do hope for himself, for his kid, he doesn't take it lightly. It's it's this issue of accusing people of sexual offense way. It's a stain that's difficult to remove. So he needs making sure that he has the best defense possible. But more important is the truth, because even the slightest suggestion that you were almost doing it tends to stick, and you don't want to be remembered as that guy who, was suspected. Just suspicion of rape is bad enough.
I mean, quick question for you as we're dealing with this. So we've seen this, the allegation sort of sweep through the television world, sweep through the acting world, and now it feels that with Ronaldo, this might be the beginning, perhaps, of footballers suddenly being pointed at.
Well, no, I would say that football's had a relatively consistent history of having this sort of bad behavior. There's been the Chad Evans guy who's been. Then there's this guy who's in Sunderland that was convicted for underage.
Yes, he was actually convicted.
Yeah, for underage. And there have been several prominence that of Ronaldo brings to it.
Yeah.
And that's probably why it's slightly different in this case.
Right.
And that's why the sponsors around him are watching keenly with this. I think Nike put out a statement.
Yeah, because Nike has been in trouble a couple of times after Oscar.
Yeah. Look, this is really the time that Portugal should be looking after Ronaldo. One tree making a forest for as long as it has for Portugal is not necessarily good. I feel like with Real Madrid, to the fore, Portugal have relatively good quality that should be able to get them through, but they seem to be suppressing their ability on the altar of gives them a chance to show that Cristiano Ronaldo will still be forced to reckon with the world football.
All right, let's see next, shall we? Bayern Munich, it might be only 6 games in, but Bayern Munich's wobbles, along with some impressive performances from rivals, have threatened to the breadth of 2018-19 Bundesliga title race. Take on fourth place Borussia Mönchengladbach on Saturday evening, but may start off the pace if leaders Borussia Dortmund win their arm against a mid-table Augsburg.
I think it's a little bit unfair for a new manager to come in to a club the size of Bayern Munich and expect almost instant success. You have the immediate past manager who came in to stabilize things after Ancelotti was gone. He's had the experience. He's had the instant respect of the dressing room. It's something that has to be earned by a new manager in a club the size of Bayern Munich. And yes, also have they had difficult times. That's to be expected in I think they need to give the manager win. I mean, Bayern Munich have a history of not being patient with Bundesliga in your first season, but you would hope that they would have a long-term template to work with this guy. I think he's good. There's a reason why they picked him to replace the outgoing manager, and they need to play the way he wants to, despite the struggles.
Okay, thank you.
despite the struggles.
Okay, thank you for that. We'll round up with a couple of messages, quick break before we do come back to them officially with our final sports story. On WhatsApp sends in this message.
He says Emery plays with two defensive midfielders he loves to play, not necessarily because of the defense. Other teams win unconvincingly and ugly. It's called hallmark of true champions. But Arsenal still somehow have to get to stick.
Have to get the stick for doing that. The bias is clearing, says Kevin.
Nobody's giving them a stick. We're just stating the obvious. They're not playing well. They're getting results. It's good, but they need to be better. The manager admits to that consistently, game after game.
Okay, let's take this break. When we come back, there is more to discuss. Talking sports inside the locker room.
Bias. Me. Bias.
That's why I was.
So is that what you want to do as the final story, or this? Oh, you've already done it. Okay. Oh, so did you speak about this just now? Okay. Key. Key stuff. Do, do, do. There are too many. There are too many issues around this thing.
A couple of high profile sponsors to walk away. That's all.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
And if the police find one more bit of evidence around this thing, they will. Because there are already statements that came out from before the woman signed her non-disclosure. And as damning, she went and reported it to the police the day it happened.
And after and if there's a rape kit,
if they did a rape kit, then he's
the only thing that nature you're not
because
guilty.
you're not. Yep. Especially not you. That Oscar thing, my God. See, that Oscar event was, honestly the worst thing because literally that was murder one, and the other is their campaign was literally my weapon. Like it could not have been worse. Except they gave me a gun in the picture.
Just add
missing from that. No. We're in. And we're back in talking a final bit of here inside the locker room, and we are back to talking about Nike concerned by Cristiano Ronaldo allegations. Yep, that's a sportswear company. They have come out to speak a little bit on it or to comment on it. You see, Ronaldo has been accused of rape, as we mentioned earlier. He has been firmly denying the accusations, but in an email to Associated Press, Nike said, "We're deeply concerned by the disturbing allegations and we will continue to closely monitor the situation." What is the translation of this, Mr. Listing?
It's like, look, the first whiff of trouble, we out, baby. That's it. And you can understand why. Nike has been in the headlines with a lot of high-profile incidents. We go back to Oscar Pistorius. We know the story behind Tiger Woods, and more recently, the flack they received from a certain president of the United States with the brand ambassador in Colin Kaepernick.
Yes, but that's worked out very well for them.
Yes, but you see, they don't want to lose that momentum by being associated with even a whiff this sort of scandal, because quite quickly whatever goodwill and value they've gained with the Colin Kaepernick thing could easily nosedive with the prominent with a character such as Cristiano Ronaldo being associated with sort of scandal. What we must always remember, and the reason why they have pulled their support, is that there must be a presumption of innocence until proven guilty. However, with brands like this, even where if the dog whistle, as they call it, starts to suggest that there's a little bit of body odor here, even if it's not true, they're going to walk, and that's bad for him, but necessarily